The very first and the most important, again, of the big ideas is we have to embrace learning as our fundamental purpose. So we make a shift away from our traditional focus on teaching to a focus on learning. One of our great friends and associates, Mark Johnson, he's a superintendent in Sanger, California, puts it this way. He says, teaching without learning isn't teaching at all, it's just presenting. So is our focus on teaching or is our focus on learning in the classrooms? If we meant it that learning is our fundamental purpose, then the conversations within our school would be very specific and they would shift away from that traditional focus of a teacher sitting in a classroom, looking at the lesson planning document, trying to decide, what am I going to teach? How will I teach it? How much time will I spend? What materials will I use to teach it? That conversation shifts away from the individual teacher grappling with it to a team of teachers who teach the same course, the same content, who share students across a grade level. And they're working together and they're delving not into the questions of teaching, but rather into the questions of learning. Questions like, what is it we want our students to know and be able to do? In this English class, in this Art 1 class, in this music class, in this third grade math class, what do we want our students to know and be able to do? What are the very specific skills and concepts and dispositions that every student must acquire in order to be successful not only this year, but when we send them up to the next level? What do we want them to learn? And how will we know if they've learned it? How will we work together to frequently monitor each and every student's attainment of those essential skills? And what if I've taught it the best way I know how and some kids still didn't learn it? What are we going to do collectively and collaboratively to give those students more time and more support? What interventions will we have in place to give the kids who need it extra time and support? And what about the kids that already know it? Are we extending and enriching their learning to help them move to the next level as well? These are the questions that drive the work of members of professional learning community. These are the questions that drive the work of members of professional learning community. These are the questions that drive the work of members of professional learning community.